Uplift, Conversations with Visionaries, is an inspiring interview series showcasing the journeys of successful entrepreneurs who not only excel in their fields, but also use their success as a force for positive change. It's another episode of Uplift Conversations with Visionaries. I have the beautiful Priscilla with us, and she is going to share a little bit about her journey as a visionary entrepreneur to help inspire all of you visionary entrepreneurs who are joining us each and every week for these amazing mini interviews. Welcome to the show, Priscilla.
Thank you for having me, Alicia.
So, you are a beautiful soul. And you're going to share a little bit with us today about some of your highs and your lows. Let's start with the highs. Are you willing to share with us one of your greatest accomplishments in your business up to this point?
Yes, I've been in business for 14 years as a coach, and my greatest accomplishment might sound trivial, but it's not, is that I've actually stayed the course for 14 years amongst many dark nights of the soul. And as a consequence of that last year, last June, I launched Pinnacle Purpose, my highest level, most impactful one-on-one coaching program that took me a long time to feel ready to offer. So it's worth the wait.
Awesome. Well, let's talk a little bit about some of those dark night of the souls, which we all have,
Yeah.
especially those who are really following a higher calling. It's almost like we have to unbecome everything that we've been in order to step into the new version of ourselves that we need to be to fulfill that higher level of service to the world. Now, we all have many. I'm going to ask you to share just one, but perhaps one of your lowest points in life that you've had to go through and helped mold and shape you into the woman that you've become.
The hardest dark night of the soul was when I was fired from two jobs consecutively that I was not supposed to be in that were in finance. And um, I left those jobs broken, lost, afraid, and with absolutely no clue what I was meant to do with my life. And that blank desperation was not something I would wish on anyone because I had no clue how to get myself out of it. It took a while. Eventually, I found my way. But that stagnation moment of, I feel like a failure, I have no sense of direction. I can't believe I've done all the things and now I'm here. What do I do? I have no idea. That was probably one of the hardest moments.
Well, you made it through,
Yeah.
and here you are today. So now my third and final question for you is, now that you are on your right path,
Yeah.
what are you doing to pay it forward? How are you helping to make the world a better place aside from, of course, the incredible coaching work that you do with your clients?
Again, it might sound trivial, but every day I am present to the fact that my energy, my active listening skills, my empathy, my compassion, my kind word can literally change somebody's day and actually the trajectory of what they're doing. I've seen it happen. So what I do now is I'm present to the people that show up in my life with a deep knowing and understanding that that our crossing paths, I have an opportunity to, at the very least, bring a smile to their face, and at even a grander scale, maybe help them with a really challenging project or hold space for them to move through something difficult. And so it's in the daily living that I get to pay it forward by being myself.
I love that. I remember many years ago, I don't even know exactly where it falls on my timeline, but I remember the first time that I ever read the book Power versus Force by Dr. David Hawkins. And he was outlining so eloquently how each of us as an individual, our state of consciousness, our level of consciousness, how many people it inadvertently affects, meaning just by the virtue of being a better person, by stepping up, by releasing and letting go of those old negative beliefs and rising up and being more loving, more kind, more compassionate, it has this incredible ripple effect that, like you said, sometimes it's just you smile. And that could be the smile that made someone decide not to take their life. You don't know. You don't know. But the one thing that can we all can do is just be willing to drop the judgment, drop the lower states of consciousness, little by little, rising up and just embodying being a better version of ourselves because it really does make a difference. And with everything going on in the world, we need more people stepping up and owning their light. Would you agree?
Yes, and I think it starts with giving ourselves permission and an understanding and a knowing that we do have that power and we don't need to force, we don't need to do anything extra. We just need to be our natural, loving, kind selves.
It makes a huge difference. I
Yeah.
want to thank you so much for being with us today, Priscilla. I know these are short episodes. We have all of your information in the show notes. I encourage everyone to reach out and connect with you. I know you've got some amazing things going on, and you're making a positive difference in this world with the work that you're doing. So thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Alicia.
And thank you to everyone who has tuned in for yet another episode of Uplift. I really sincerely hope that these episodes are inspiring you to step into being the empowered visionary leader that you are being called to be.